Welcome, everybody, back to KF&JF podcast. I'm so happy to be here today. I tell you, we've been on the move so much recently in the last 30 days. I can't even express all of the wonderful people that we've ran into in our community. I am so happy to have on our show today a artist that's out there making artwork and doing creative work with her talent. So I really want to make sure that everybody out there take the time to watch this video because this person has a lot to tell us about. But first, I'm going to make sure that I introduce my co-host. Well, like he does, he's going to do it himself. Go ahead, Razak.
My name is Razak. I am the CEO and founder of United Minority Business Ventures. My company assists in the creation and maintenance of your business by forming opportunities to communicate and collaborate with your followers, subscribers, and other business owners. We use a wide range of networking tools and methods to achieve results. We assist in the idea associated with social media marketing, building your marketing profile, creating your marketing strategy, building your financial profile for your business, or we assist in branding your product and your merchandise. We may also determine what licenses are needed to operate your business. We may also assist in managing your website by selecting posts that create subscriptions, comments, and likes. Or we can assist by generating comments on other individuals' business sites or pages that create a dialogue of conversation directed towards your page. We also help navigate through the thousands of companies that ask for a fee and help you find the websites where they do the same thing for free. And I'd like to say, Vivia, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast for today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, this is one of those things that as a community person myself and love to try to bring small businesses up to the forefront and showcase what they're about. I am so proud to introduce this woman here. But you know what? She's going to introduce herself. Go ahead, Vivian. Tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, my name is Vivia, and I'm with Vivia's Creation. I'm a mixed media artist. I create one of a kind creations. I specialize in crafting functional art pieces using a diverse range of techniques and material. For example, I use fluid art painting to design things like jewelry, wall art, and coasters. Then I use resin to do some creations like vanity trays, statues, trinket box. And I'm always trying to come up with new things. So, for example, I was talking to someone a couple of days ago and they said, well, why don't you make belt buckles? So I'm looking into that also. And I just started to do like TV trays, the TV tables. So I'll show you some of those today. So that's me.
Wow, Vivian.
Nice to
I
meet you.
think that you're an exciting person. You have a beautiful presentation in front of the camera. I'm just wondering a couple of things. Can you tell me a little bit about the background that brought you to this journey that you're on with your creations and your craft?
Well, I was born and raised in a culturally rich island of Jamaica. So from an early age, I've embraced the artistic side of myself, and you know, to the I've tried to do that to the fullest, moving from one creative project to another. And art has the ability to transport viewers into the world of beauty and wonder. So I've used that to my in my creative life. The thing is, there is so much rough and hard things going on in the world. So I kind of use art to balance that out because, as I said, it brings us into the world of beauty, and it opens up our mind with art. So that's what started me. I have done a lot of work for a lot of corporate America, and I've always come back to art. I work as a photographer for a while, and you know, it's hard to make a living sometimes from photography. So I went back into the corporate field, worked there for a while, and I was getting so stressed out because I was working like 16, 18 hours a day. And my husband said, no, you can't keep doing that. You'll kill yourself. So I decided, okay, let me do something that I love, not something that I need to do. And my art came back into focus again. So I started to do my art. And a year ago, I resigned from my job completely and started my business, Vivia's Creations. And now I'm living happily. So that's how I got started with this.
Nice, nice.
Wow, Vivian. I think that this is one of those things where I feel I have a lot of questions to want to know, about just the idea of living in outside of America, one. And how do you know, the work ethic and another country outside of America is different than it is here. Everybody's whole privileged to, have all this stuff. And
Yeah.
so can you talk a little bit about how you transition coming to the States and what you saw differently, as well as how that impacted the arts?
Well, this part might not impact the art, but I got to tell you, when I first came to United States, um, well, first I left Jamaica and moved to the Cayman Islands. Lived in the Cayman Islands for a while, and then I moved to New York. It was the winter of 1977. It was a horrible winter. I have never experienced cold, never experienced um, snow, and it was one of the worst times of my life. I wanted so bad to go back to the islands because it's like, who would live in this place? But luckily, I did not go back. So I was able to live in the United States. And, from my experience in Jamaica to the Cayman Islands to New York and moving around, I have acquired so many different cultures so that I can put that in my art. And I think that's why I have such a great love of art, because of all these things that I've experienced.
Those things are so rare to be able to have people that can experience those differences, between being out of the United States, coming here and having that shock kind of, feeling that we go through all these four seasons and you come for a place that's beautiful probably most of the year, so I think that's probably was a little bit of a shock. So the people in your native land, did they do this type of work that you're doing? Did they have all kinds of crafts that you were able to pick up from and that allow you to do what you're doing today?
Not so much the resin, but the acrylic, the artwork. I mean, Jamaica is very have bright colors. I mean, when you think of Jamaica, you think of all these bright, vibrant colors, and that is what you see in my art. I use a lot of that background in my art. Jamaica, I can say that Jamaica is all about art, but it's such a pretty area, pretty country, that you want to put that um, in art, in on paper, so that everybody can enjoy it. And that's what I try to do. So a lot of my art, you can see my Jamaican culture in that.
Right.
Hmm.
I think you're speaking on a very powerful part too, because the colorfulness of Jamaica and some of these other places that are outside of America, it's basically through that color, the way they see things, and the way that motivates them and everything. Did you find that whether you know your income or anything that was different between America and where your native land is, that did that play a role in what you could do, or it didn't matter because all of that colors and everything was easy to access to be creative?
Well, the income, of course, is, America, the income is so much better here. But a lot of foreigners, Americans, British, go to Jamaica because it's such a beautiful country. Go to the Cayman Islands because it's such a beautiful country. So I think that all that, you know, comes into play. And I don't know, I think it's a mixture of everything for me, because I've lived in so many different places that all that comes together for me. I think I would be a different person if I had stayed in Jamaica without coming here. I would have been a different person if was born here and not experience um, the Jamaican lifestyle. So I think that all that together brings me to where I'm at today.
And wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I just think that I wish I had that experience as a kid, or even as I get older. I would love to go outside of the United States just to experience those,
Oh yeah.
the feeling, the excitement, and then also be, thankful, because not everybody is in the same place in life. So that's one of those things that I really can I pick up on what you're saying, and how you were able to take all of that in to be as creative as you are. One of the other questions I have for you, I think it's going to be a little bit hard, but not everybody does it. Can put this together. But tell me something that's unique about yourself, something somebody else doesn't know about Viv.
Well, I'm such an open person, so it's kind of hard to say. But when I moved from Jamaica, um, obviously I was Jamaican born. Then I moved to the Cayman Islands and I became a British citizen. Then I moved to America and became an American citizen. So I've had three citizenships in my life, and I embrace all of them. Now, when I became an American citizen, I had to forsake all others, but that's on paper. In my mind, I did not. I still consider myself a Jamaican born British citizen and an American citizen. I also spent 4 years in Puerto Rico, which is, obviously American, part of America, but I also picked up on a lot of the Puerto Rican lifestyle. And no, I did not learn a word of Spanish. I am so bad with other languages, but um, I definitely enjoy living there. So that's, I think, something about me that people don't know, is that I've lived in so many different places, not just Jamaica and United States, but Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cayman Islands, United States, and Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so
You can
exciting. I
say that
mean,
you're
just to
global,
know
huh?
that you have that much of a worldview, I mean, I guess that, does that make you humble? But I'm going to let Razak ask some questions before I move on to some of these other sections, because I know he's probably thinking, well, I have a few questions myself.
Okay.
Now, I'm listening to you now. Well, first off, I was just thinking, you've been around the world, you're traveling, but did you not pick up a accent? It doesn't sound like you necessarily Jamaican or British, or is it there's the accent goes to?
Well, I don't quite have, well, my accent is all mixed, but I tell you, my mom and my brothers live here in San Diego, And when we get together, my husband can't understand us because the Jamaican language comes back in. I mean, the patois is what we speak, and it might be broken right now because we've lived in the United States for a while. But when you get together with your family, yes, it comes back.
I've
Mm-mm.
heard that. Yeah, I can imagine how that goes right there. Mm. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
something about your challenges and triumphs is right here. What was one of the most challenging situations you have faced, and how did you navigate through it? As far as coming from all these different backgrounds, coming from these different. Uh, so when Vivia's Creations is a mixture of all these different places to you that you have visited and lived for a duration of time.
Yeah.
So as of now, how was the challenges or are you facing now as you navigate from those past lives, past places that you was at, and incorporate them into your Vivia's Creations now?
Well, you live in San Diego, so San Diego is an amazing place. So, um, yes, I lived in Jamaica and I lived in all these different places, but San Diego is amazing. And so, San Diego made it easy for me to do what I'm doing, not only because it's America's finest city, but there's great people here. I'm able to do what I do year round. It's not as if, during the winter I can't work or, it gets too hot that I can't work, because when I work with resin, you can't have it too hot because the resin won't um won't stick. It will, you need to have about a 70-degree temperature, and that's San Diego. So yeah, living here did not make it really hard for me. What happened, why I actually started to do this was, after COVID, I started to work for an insurance company as an insurance underwriter. And, that's using a different side of your brain. And I hated it. The pay was really good, so I tried to stick it out, but I hated it. Um, yes, I starting out in a new business, you don't make as much, but it's okay. I'm having the time of my life. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And I don't think I would have enjoyed as much in a different city, different state, maybe. But San Diego just make it perfect. So it wasn't a very hardship to start this business.
I
Rice
don't
and
know.
rice and
Tell me
peas.
about some of the food.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta tell you, my husband keep telling me, you do know that there's other food than Jamaican food, because I get so excited over Jamaican food. Um, we have, as you know, jerk chicken, which is amazing. I love spice. Jamaica is all about spices. Then we have like curry goat. We have the um, uh, was it rice and peas? Although we call it rice and peas, but it's really beans that we make it with. I'm not quite sure why we say peas, but that's what we call it. But there is so much Jamaican food that, yeah. I mean, the fruit there, mango, pineapple. Oh my gosh, we have the best of both. And then there is the alcohol. Yes, we love our alcohol also. Because we make the overproof Jamaican rum, which is like, it's higher than the 151 that's allowed here. But yeah, Jamaican food all around
Wow.
is very spicy and really culturally amazing. So you have to go and try Jamaican food. There are some restaurants here in San Diego that cooks Jamaican food that's really good.
Those aren't the
You,
places where they
just
have the
for
little thing that you flip over or something. Like they just bring you a whole bunch of different uh platters, and you just I've been to one. Well, I've been to one in Long Beach. I don't know if it was Jamaican or not, but they had a like that would be Caribbean, like a islander food or something.
Well, Caribbean food is usually a mixture of all of the islands, like Barbados, Trinidad, all that. So it's a little bit different. Even Cuban food is considered Caribbean food. So Puerto Rican is Caribbean food. Jamaica is a little bit different from that, but it's pretty similar, but just cooked different.
Yes.
But yeah, you definitely have to try the Jamaican food. We have something called patties, which is different from like beef patty that you put on a burger. Our patties
Right.
is what is more like what you guys call a turnover. So it's
Oh,
seasoned
wow.
differently. We have it with beef on the inside or chicken, um, or there's some vegetable, what you call ito patties. But it's really good. You have to try
Wow,
it.
wow. I tried to make some Jamaican fried rice, Jamaican rice with the peas, with the
Uh-huh.
black beans, or not black beans, but red beans.
Red
I tried to
red
make that
beans.
one time, and
Yeah.
I made so much of it. I don't know, but yeah, with the red beans, that's what I
Right.
did
Uh-huh.
for these guys, and you know, it was good until nobody ate the rest of it. I was like, man, this stuff I put all this seasoning, I got all these packets I put in there to make it, and nobody wanted to do it. So, it, but I know it was spicy and good when I was mixing it.
Yeah, Jamaican food is very spicy. I mean, you can downplay it, but we like our spices. And when you make the rice and peas, you do put the coconut cream in there, and that gives a little bit of sweetness to it also. So that's really good.
Who are the individuals you look up to as far as like a role model or a mentor when it comes to going through the life that you had with all these different places, and no, so you're also a cook, I would take it too, right?
Um, I I used to be. My husband is a really, really good cook. And I just sit back now and let him cook for me. Before, I have kids and I would take care of the kids, cook for them and all that. At this stage of my life, I have a husband who loves to cook and loves to take care of me. I let him do that. So I haven't been cooking
So
lately.
kind of was asking you about like who are the ones that are
Mm.
what other people, individuals, throughout your life that you have met that inspire you as far as the Vivia's creations is concerned.
Well, one of my biggest role model is my aunt. She's since passed away, but she's the one who named me. My name means full of life, and she's been one of my biggest role models. She always believed in me, and even though she's passed away, I tried to live up to her standard. My mom is a huge role model for me. She left Jamaica, moved to the Cayman Islands to make a better life for her kids, then moved to the United States. And I mean, she's really worked hard her entire life. So she's been a huge role model for me. So I think between my mom and my aunt, those have been my biggest role models.
Right, right.
Mm.
Well, I always look to family for
Wow.
guidance.
Yep. It takes a
Are there any
village, you know?
yes, yes.
Mm.
Are there any specific daily habits or routines that you believe contribute to your productivity and well-being right now?
I love to walk. And what one of the things that keep me sane for years, well, when I turned 50, I ran my first half marathon. And that's have kept me sane since then. I've been doing half marathons. And just about a year ago, I did my last one that I had some health issues. So now I just do 5Ks. But being outside and between running and you know enjoying my exercise, that has kept me sane. And now my husband does 5Ks with me, so that is our family thing. That's like we have next week, well, this Sunday, I think we have the hot chocolate run. So we do fun runs like that.
What are those things exactly? Are they like, is that charity or something, or is it just something anybody just can go on, or just want to run? Are they walks, or
When I
is there a
first started,
course?
all the runs I did were for charity. Now, I hate to say this, but I'm a medal chaser. Oh my, I look at the medals and I love the medals. And I was like, okay, I like the medals. I'm going to do that. So most of them is still for charity, but I love to get really good medals. I don't know if you can see behind me. Um, I have some of my medals on the wall
Wow.
in half marathons. But
Feel free to grab them if you want to.
well, I'm going to show you my favorite one. Actually, I don't know if you can see from here because I can't get it off. This is my first half marathon outside the country. I did a Disney half marathon in Paris. And that was so amazing. But yeah, I've done the San Diego half. I try to do the rock and roll every year. And those have been really, really great.
Wow, you are
Wow.
doing a lot
That's great.
right there.
I just want
You're
to
doing a
mention
lot.
one
You're
thing.
doing running.
When you mentioned the hot chocolate run, that's in San Diego. Is that right? That's coming
Yes,
up soon. That's
that's
coming up
Sunday.
soon.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Sunday?
I
Now
think
my
it's Sunday the
sister,
10th. It's Sunday the 10th or Saturday.
okay, because my sister have done that a couple of times too, and I just realizing when you said that. So that's one of those
Yeah,
things that is a charity,
yeah.
and it's you got there's a lot of Black people in there too as well.
There is, yes, and the because we have a group called the Black Girl Runs, and then there's another group, Black Men Run, and they do a lot of races around San Diego, and so I do a lot of races that they do also. So if you're interested, you should check out the Black Men Run. You would really enjoy that.
Well, I don't know about running, boy. I tell you, unless they got something chasing me, yeah.
Well, you start off walking,
Yeah.
You
and you
start
keep.
off walking, but
Yeah.
I used to run a little bit, but I got them hills. I know my niece is practicing for the 5K, and she's doing 8 miles, and I'm like, oh my God, 8 miles? I'm not running 8 miles, but I'll walk 8 miles, stuff like that. Go ahead, Razak, continue your questions that you have there.
I'm just listening. I'm thinking you've done a lot of living, and you've been traveling. You've been adventurous and stuff like that. Do you have a bucket list, like things that you still want to achieve, and what would be on it? What do you have on it?
Okay, I gotta tell you, I don't believe in bucket lists. What I have is what I call my 20 wishes list.
20 wishes.
And my 20 wishes list, anytime something comes off, something goes back on. And it's not just about traveling, it's doing something great for someone without getting getting acknowledgement that you did it, something like that on your wish list. So it's my wish list is just, I mean, if I can find it right now, I'll tell you some of them on there. But yeah, I don't think that a bucket list, because I'm not looking to die anytime soon. I just want to always have my 20 wishes. So I keep doing that. And as I said, something comes off, something goes on.
So as you go down this list, give a brief little thing of what inspires some of these 20 wishes that you have, of your selection that you.
It's just things that I wanted to do. Okay, for example, and this one I have my list, and I keep track of things that I already accomplished from the list also. And one of them, I wanted to do the Triple Crown, which is the half marathon, the Carlsbad, La Jolla, and the America's Finest City Half Marathon. We give you the triple K, the Triple Crown. I did that. So um, one of my lists that's coming that I just did, it says pack my bag and set off for a random location with no itinerary. Something like that. Another one is give a heartful surprise to someone. So one of them that I don't think we'll ever do, but I'm hoping, is to meet President Obama. That's been on my list for a long time, and maybe one day I will meet him. So it's things like that that I have on there. Another one that I've accomplished is to learn line dancing. That was on my list. Skydive, paragliding, stuff like that. So I had those things, and so there's always something new coming on my list. So as of right now, I do have 20 on there. So oh no, I actually have 19. So I have to add something else to it, because I just went to Greece, and that took off one of my lists. So I have to add something else. So I have to come with something else to add on there.
Wow. Did you hear that? She said she wants to skydive. She's
adventurous.
Oh my God. You know,
like where?
I thought running is staying on the ground, but you saying you want to leave the ground. You want to go up and jump out of a plane.
But
oh my God, that's got to be exciting.
That was fun. You should do it. And it was actually fun. I went down to Brownfield and did the skydiving from there.
Man.
Oh wow. I used to see people do that at, over the lake over there.
It's actually
there's
fun.
a lake over there. I used to see them coming out of there. I was like, oh my God, all these people.
You said paragliding. Is that with the little pyramid on your back? The little thing like that, and you're just holding on to the little thing?
Yes, but in San Diego, you do tandem. So we went up to La Jolla area and did it from there. And there's someone there, so you're going tandem with them. So yeah.
Wow. Have you ever thought about the hot balloon going up in there here in Temecula, where I live at? They always going up there in the balloon.
That's how my husband proposed to me, in a hot air balloon.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So that was my first time, and he proposed when we were up in the air. And I figure I'd better say yes, otherwise he'll push me out. But no, I'm just joking. But no, I thought that was so romantic. That was so awesome.
I think oh my God, I bet you that was something that you had one choice to make right there. If he's willing to go up here with me, he's got to be the guy that's willing to stay with. Because I've seen it. My niece went on one morning, and I was like, oh my God, this got to be crazy to go up there and come down. They always flying over my house over here, but I've watched a few of them go off the wrong path.
Yeah.
So you were brave to do that, and then in the end you won. So that's all great. I want to ask you one question though. How do your husband fit into your crafting? How does he work with you, or does he just say, "Oh, this is your thing. You go ahead on and do that. Just let me know when you're ready to eat," or does he get involved and get his hand dirty as well?
No, he doesn't get his hands dirty. He's very supportive, but he's like, that's your thing. And, but he's always there for me if I ever need help. When I do shows, he does go with me sometime and he helped me set up. So he's really helpful that way. And he's very encouraging. There's time when, you have a show when the sale is not that great. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And he's like, well, you're not just doing it for the money. So, you have to keep pushing, keep doing it because it makes you happy. So no, he's very, very supportive.
Wow. You know what we want to do now? We want to take a look at all of this hard work she's put together through all of these experiences that she's had over the years from all of the different places that she's been at. And we're truly excited to see her product and how she's came about making all these different designs. So I'm gonna let it go over to you, Vivian, to talk about that.
Well, just to show you, here's some of the earrings that I make. I have a couple different earrings and necklace sets. So what I do with those, I make them from my artwork. So no two are alike. As you can see, even though the colors are the same, the design, I don't know if you can see that, is very, very different.
Give us a brief little back history on what these designs, how what made you inspired you to create them.
Well, the design, these are acrylic, from acrylic paint. So I do the acrylic paint, fluid art, and that's what I use for the background on these pictures. I mean, on these jewelry. So let me show you one of the wall art that I make. So I do which is the same kind of artwork, and because I do functional art, I try to make everything that I do something functional. And I put sayings on these so that you can see these every day. It's time to believe in you.
Are there special type of paints and things that you use to make these things?
So for for example, with this artwork, what I do, as I said, I use acrylic paint, and I also put how do I put? I use a spinning wheel to make the design. So I pour them on the canvas, and I blow it out with either just with my breath, or sometimes I can blow it out with a blow dryer, and then it's on a spinning wheel and I spin it. So it makes the different designs that way.
Right.
With the coasters, these coasters, I don't spin these as much. What I do, from the acrylic paint, I also use some mixing media in there, and it gives it the different designs. So I just like kind of scroll across the coasters for the design using different colors on there.
Looks good.
So they're the same colors, but different designs. So like I said, no two designs are the same. I also make little heart shape. These are also done from the blooms, because the acrylic,
That's nice.
you put it on
Looks
there
nice.
and you make the bloom from there. So you can make a lot of different design just using the spinning wheel and from blowing on there.
Is that something you hang up or something you set something on?
Well, you can hang it up, or you can put it on a stand. So you can put it on a
Can you
stand.
also incorporate a name or a picture of something on that?
I can do that, yes. Just the same way how I do,
Inscription.
the same way I do these. I can put names or anything you want on there. See, like for this one also.
Dreamer who never gives up. Yes. Yeah, I
know,
like that.
mhm.
Are these quotes, or are these things that you come up with yourself?
Oh no, I'm not very creative that way. These are quotes.
Okay.
And things I hear people say sometime, and I'm like, huh, that would be a good quote to put on there. So I might write it down.
Right. Right.
But, so, and then I do the resin. And this is one of my vanity trays. And so with resin, um, a lot of people shy away from resin because resin is not um, it's not very friendly. So when I do work on resin, I do have to do safety first. I wear a respirator and I make sure that all the windows are open and I turn my fan on to keep the air blowing because it can damage your lungs also. So once you mix the resin and you pour it, you have to let it sit for at least 24 hours before it's set completely. But it also takes about another 2 to 3 weeks for it to be completely set. So if I put something hot on here, it's fine. But if I this was something I did say 2 3 days ago, and I put something hot on there, it would stick. So um, it's not as if I can do it today and take it to the show on this weekend. I have to think way in advance, get everything done so that it can sit for a while, so it'll be ready for my customers. And look at this. Wouldn't this be perfect for someone for St. Patrick's Day? You know,
Is the resin that making it shine like that, or is that a gloss that you put on it?
oh no, this is the resin.
That's the resin glosses
Yeah,
like that.
the resin shines. Yes.
Okay.
So for
You know what
example,
I'm thinking right now, Vivia. Let me ask you real quick.
okay.
Now, in regards to that tray right there, if I was to give you a drawing of some words or something like that, could you how should I say, like, cut out the words and make the tray the words? Not put a image of words on the tray, but actually make the tray the words. Like you know what I mean? Like
Well,
you're cutting there, like you're cutting them out, like a stencil.
okay, let me show you something. This is one that I'm working on. I so there are molds and you put the resin inside the molds.
Okay.
So for the words that you're saying, I do have molds that have words, so I can make things from a word. I don't
Okay.
know. Am I understanding what you're saying?
No, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because I can see with that mold right there. So I would
yeah,
have to send you the words, and then you would have to make the mold like that, and then you would have to make the
right.
resin for it. Right. Yeah,
Hmm.
I got. Yeah,
Because
we're on track.
I don't want to take this all the way out, but see, once it's done, you pop it out.
Right.
And so for
Right.
this,
And,
it's not done yet because I with this I'm going to be putting a picture on here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to be putting a picture on here with some words, and then that way you can hang it up.
hang it up.
So yeah.
Yes, I like that right there. Yeah,
Um,
I'll have to draw something up.
mhm.
Hey Vivian, is the product that you use have to be new, or could it be product that's pre-existing and then you put that layer of resin on it, and like you're talking about the TV trays, or could you have like wood and then you make that cover to it has to be a new piece of wood, or can it be something already pre-existing?
It can be pre-existing. You can put anything in the resin. I mean, we put flowers in the resin, but the flowers we have to dry them. So anything you can put in resin to preserve it. And just before we started, I was trying to find um, one of my piece that I did, but I think I sold it already. I wanted to show to give you an idea because you can put anything in the resin to set it. Um, since I don't have that piece right now, I can show you a picture of it. I don't know if it will show good on here, but so um, this
Okay.
this is the resin, and so I was able to put the pictures of um, his pet in the resin. So you can put anything in there to preserve it.
That's nice. That's nice. That's
Yeah,
nice.
unfortunately, I didn't have that. Then I have this other one that a customer had me do. So her dog had passed away. So his favorite rock, she gave that to me. And I don't know if you can see that up here, but part of his hair went into the resin. So you can put anything you want in the resin to preserve it.
So you're not just making some random stuff. You're actually doing stuff that's what's the word for it? Memorabilia or something like that for
Yeah, I
people.
do
Yeah,
keepsakes.
personal.
I do memory keepsakes. I do
Keepsakes. Mhm.
yeah. So the memory keepsakes and for the pet I did one for someone whose daughter passed away and she wanted a keepsake with her picture and a nice saying on there. So I did that. So yeah, I do a lot of keepsake. I'm trying to see if I oh so here yeah. Uh,
Put the pictures in there. And this
uh-huh.
could be and there a lot of those are squares right there, but you can make actually once you put the mold, you can actually make that any shape you want or any size or any
Yeah,
thickness.
because I have this mold also that I do with a heart.
Okay.
I like that.
Right. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So yeah, the different molds. This is one that I don't know if you can see this one as well. It was a picture of the program that was done for his service.
Right. Yes, yes. So that is definitely that's new. I mean, I can't really say I've what okay, it's called Vivian's Creation. Is there a specific name to what you're doing as far as the technique? I know you say you're dealing in resin, but is that called something or is it
No, it's in that case it's just resin creations,
resin
keepsakes.
creations?
It's you can use resin to do a lot of things. People use resin to put on countertops.
Mhm.
There's so much things you can use resin with. The only thing with resin is that to work with it, it's very dangerous. So you have to um, have safety first. And I have to make sure that I use my respirator when I do that. And when I try to work on the resin when I'm here alone. If you have kids, you don't want to have the kids around the resin until it's set. So after 24 hours of it setting, then it should be okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so there's a little element of danger to that, right? Yeah,
But
so
Yeah, I
it's
would
such a
love. I
beautiful thing, So I love working with resin. So yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you got a lot of beautiful stuff there, and I'm thinking to myself,
And
those are
I don't know if you
things.
can see this one. I do shadow boxes
Oh, yeah,
also.
Shadow boxes.
Uh-huh. So this is all paper. So I cut up this have probably about 8 to 10 different layers,
Man.
and you put the layers together to make the design.
Speak calling you magic fingers, the way you creating all this stuff right here.
Oh, I love working on stuff like that. And just to show you, my newest thing that I'm doing that I think you're gonna love is my TV trays.
EV trays. I
So
like that.
I
Look
it's
at
let me see
artwork
that a
on there.
little bit closer.
I
yeah,
see.
that's good right there.
And then
I,
what I
I,
do with
I
this is all acrylic painting. So I did the
like
acrylic paint on here, and then
mhm.
I'm having it dry for a little while, and then I'm going to seal it with resin.
Okay,
And so
okay,
once it's sealed with resin, you can put anything on there, you can hit it, you can do whatever you want, and nothing will happen.
right.
And then
Man, do you have a product line, or are these? Oh, look at that. Yeah, let's
so
see that.
this one I still have to finish this. I'm still working on it, but I did this design from AI. So I went onto AI and I told them exactly what I wanted and did the design, and so I can put it on here.
I like that. I like that.
Can you show that a
That's
little
gonna
closer
go.
for me? I really like that. Can you show
That's
that
gonna
one a
go
little
places right
closer?
there.
Pardon me?
Can you show that a little closer for me, please,
Oh,
to the camera?
So some of this or that particular one,
mhm.
you're going through the AI generated program, because I have one of those too on my
Yes.
laptop.
So what I did with AI, I just went on there and I said, this is what I want. And I kind of put in what I want. It's, as you know, with AI, it's doesn't listen to you sometime. So if it doesn't, then you change your word in and you go back in and you say, okay, I said this, not this. And you change it and you put it in. And so you keep doing it until you get the idea that's in your mind. So
Uh,
I wanted to do one of a kind um, um, sports theme. So even though it's a Raider, um, not my team, but even though it's Raider, I wanted to do something different on the Raider. So
yeah, that looks good though. That looks good though. I'm not really a Raider fan either, but it looks nice. I almost want to I almost want to get it because it just looks nice. I was just
I can make your
they
own
really did it.
whatever team you like. I can do that. You just tell me your team and tell me, give me an idea of what you want.
Well,
We can put together. Then you can choose which ones you like better, and I can put it on there.
Okay.
It's all about what
You
the
got a
customer
team? You got a
wants.
team, Keith?
yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, I do have a few things. I'm already thinking. My wife that passed. I would love to have that on there. There's a few things I've already had in my mind. Hopefully, get with her at some point and get that done. I think that product is just awesome because one of the things that you just showed us is the personal touch that is required. What you put into it too, because you're not just making this any old way. You're actually taking your time.
Yeah.
You're actually trying to give the customer something that they're going to be able to keep for a while,
Oh, yeah.
and it means something. And I find that just like a blessing when you got someone that really could do that type of artistic work and doing that type of stuff where they can get something out of it. They're not just getting a piece of stuff that they bought that someone had there for a long time. You sat there, you're making sure it comes out right. And I just think that is just awesome.
What I do, if someone give me some things that they want to have put into a memorial piece, I put it on, the in the mold, and I take a picture and I show it to the customer and say, is this exactly how you want it? And they might say, no, could you move this here? Could you have this there? And I do exactly what they want. And, if they don't know what kind of saying they want on there, I can give them some ideas so they can choose it. Some people, I just did one that they said, I don't want any saying, I don't want anything sad. I just want a picture of my mom and I want to have her name. And that's it. I'm like, nothing else? Nope, nothing else. That's what I want on. So I do what the customer wants.
Say, does it take so
Tell me a little
let
bit.
me just ask
Go
you
ahead.
this. I got some drawings. I got some drawings,
Hmm.
and I got some things like I did on like a little sketchboard right there. Could you take that and just would you just set it in some resin to I don't know, I guess surround it or encase it, or is there certain type of things where if I give you like some paper it'll ruin it or it'll
Go
Um,
ahead.
but what I do, I laminate it.
okay.
So everything that I put in the resin, I laminated first. When I say everything,
Okay.
sorry, I mean like the pictures or papers that you want, I do laminate those. If you put things like a watch or an earring or stuff like that, that doesn't need to be laminated. That's fine. But
Hmm.
because of the paper will turn yellow after a while, and you want it to be preserved, I laminate it first.
Okay. Okay, that's what we need to know right there.
Yeah. Let me ask you, do you I guess I want to ask you this. Um, do you get connected to some of the work that you do when you're dealing with some of the personal imagery and like you said, you did the memorabilia and some of the personal work. Do you find yourself connecting in a way where it hurts you, or how do you feel when you have those customers coming to when you
Oh,
know that they're personally are grieving or having some other feelings? How do you connect them, or how does it make you feel?
I can't step aside on things. I take everything personal. And at my age, I'm not going to change, but I take everything personal. So when I get these from my customers, I feel their pain. And so I want to make it perfect for them. I want to make it something, even though they're having their pain right now, I want it to be something that will bring joy to them. And I mean, I don't think I would be good, um, I don't think I could make a good product if I didn't feel what I'm doing. I mean, I feel like I feel passion for what I do. And so the passion shows into my work. And so if you give me something that a memorable piece to do, and you give me the story behind it, yes, I will feel that I can subtract myself from that pain. But it's okay because it makes me do a better job.
That means that you're a part of this, and you're going to be a part of that for the rest of their life, or however long they keep it in their family. Passing it down and passing it down. They're passing down everything that you've done, as well as the passion that you have, and making sure that they can feel that. So
I
I think
did
that that's just exciting.
I did one for a lady whose daughter passed away, and she told me it was okay to put it on my website, so it's on the website. But her daughter was very young, and I'm looking to see if I have it on my phone still. I don't think I do, but that was so painful to do that one, because knowing that her daughter was so young, and I have kids, so I always feel that you should never have to bury a child, and she did. So that was really hard.
And that's hard. So can you let me know a little bit about a life lesson that you can pass on to our viewers and others that you have experienced that will help some of the other people that are out there trying to establish themselves as an entrepreneur or just in life?
Um, I have some. This is what I would pass on to. So I'm trying to get in the center here. There we go. This is what I would say. In order for you to win, you have to dream. And when you start your business, you're dreaming, and you will be a winner if you never give up. And so that's what I would pass on to everyone. Don't give up. And I mean, dream. Everything starts with a dream.
Right. That's
Can you
good.
do that again for me? I really want to. I really want everyone to hear that and see that picture that you had up there, and just let them know, because you're talking to everybody out there.
So, as I said, with uh, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. So, if you're doing your business, it starts with a dream. And in order to be a winner, don't give up. Just keep dreaming and keep working, because it will happen.
I like that. I like that. That's good.
Just such a powerful thing to to
Yeah.
um to tell our viewers, and to I'm thinking about it the minute I see it and read it. That is it gives me strength and empowers me too. So I think that's just something that's going to carry a lot of weight going forward to our viewers. Can you let me know if there was any mistakes or things that setbacks that you've run across through this process of one coming over here to the States and through the creation of your product?
I don't think that there's any mistakes. I think that okay, maybe there is mistakes, but you, I don't think we'll be where we are if we do not make mistakes. So if I had to do everything over again, I wouldn't change anything because all the mistakes, all the bad things, all the good things that happen made me who I am today. Um, my husband and I have also been married for just over a year. And I don't know if we would be where we are today if we hadn't gone through the things that we'd gone through before in our life. And I think it'd make us a better couple today. So, no, I wouldn't change anything. I think that everything that happens, you have to look at it as something that's going to make you better because God have plans for us. Yeah, we have plans for ourselves, but it's not always the same plan that God have for us. And we will try to bend things and mold, but God always said, nope, this is what we want for you. So he pulls us back into where we are. And it might not be what we think it's supposed to be, but it's what's going to help us to get where we're supposed to go. So that's the way I look at things.
Whew. And that's one of those things where I'm so proud to hear because that tells me that that's a grounded view. That's something that is real, authentic, and honest. So I really take that as to heart. So Razak.
But let me tell you something. And this is years ago. My ex-husband and I adopted our son. And we adopted a child before, and we had him for about a week, and the birth mom changed her mind. And it was so hard. But we're like, okay, you changed your mind. We're not going to fight you. And so she came and she got her son. But you know what? We hurt so much. It was the hardest thing. But a couple months later, the adoption agency call us and say, I have a child for you. He was 9 days old, and we went and we picked him up, and he is the love of my life. And I say that because when we adopted that first child, he wasn't meant for us, but we didn't know that. We thought this was the worst thing in our life. But now, 27 years later, we realize we had to go through that to appreciate my wonderful child now. So whenever things go wrong, that, like I said, they said one door closed, another one opens, and you have to close that door before the other one can be open. So, just when things go bad, just keep dreaming, just keep working towards what you want to go through, what you want, and you'll get there. I know I will get there with this business. I'm very passionate about it, and I know that I know I have a lot to offer, and I know that with both of your help, people will see what I'm doing, and hopefully I will get some calls. So thank you.
Well, we want you to get some calls too. Yeah, you're gonna get a call from me because I want some of the stuff I've seen. So,
I think.
Great. Well, thank you.
I think that's so powerful, and
yeah,
and it's heartwarming, and I don't know what to say too much, but I think that, the blessing that you were able to give to not only to the kid that you had that was young, and the one that you have now, God, God is he's the one that makes everything work. So that's why you say you walk by faith, not by sight, so that you're able to take all these things in and not feel like you got to absorb all that. And the other part that I think that was so important, what you said, was closing that door. Because if you don't close that door and you leave it open, you're constantly going to have this feeling as if things are not complete. But once you close the door, you're completing something and you're moving forward. So I find
Yeah.
that to be something that is so powerful, and I do appreciate that you was able to tell us that here on KF&JF podcast. I can't tell you enough about our appreciation for you opening up in that way, Razak. Yeah.
I'm just looking at I'm just thinking this you're like an amazing person that I just
Thank you.
got the pleasure to meet right now. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm just listening to all the things that you have accomplished and that you're doing right now. You know what I mean? That you're still doing things. You know what I mean? And you're enjoying life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're not. It doesn't sound like you're hung up on this or hung up on that. You're going out there and you're making experiences happen. You're making memories. You know what I mean? You're instilling in that family value. And with that, you know, do you see yourself well with the children and all that? You know what I mean? Are you how are you gearing all this towards building a legacy for them and whoever may take over Vivia's creations. I mean, do you have a co-partner or anything like? Do they work with you or?
No, no, this is just me. I have two daughters and a son, and they have no interest in any of it. I mean, they like what I do, and they always ask me to make things for them, and they love to display it and all that. But they have different goals. So I have one daughter who is a lot into computers. I have another one. She worked for Xerox and she's doing her own thing. My son is off doing his thing. No, I don't know what will happen to this after I'm gone, but we'll see. Maybe the grandkids. Who knows?
Maybe the grandkids.
There you go. There you go. You got to pass it down some kind of way. But I'm wondering, are you pushing a legacy in other kind of ways? Is there other things about you that you hope that they carry on from you, rather regardless of the business? But I know you have other things about yourself that you're passing on to them that they are going to carry forward.
Well, not so much things. My kids. Well, my two daughters were born in Puerto Rico, and my son was born here in the States. They're not familiar with their Jamaican the Jamaican history, and I'm really hoping that I can, get them more immersed into, you know, the history of Jamaica, their family, from Jamaica. They are just not. Um, they don't know that part of the family, and that's what I want to. I don't want that to die with this generation. I would love for the next generation to be able to embrace their Jamaican culture. So I'm hoping that I can pass that on to them. Um, Not as good about it, but right now, but I'm trying.
It's good.
Sometimes that's all we can do. All we can do is hope that they're looking at us and seeing us. So that's what I would say.
Um, is are you in the industry right now, like the resin industry, the creative arts and stuff like that? Is there like a personal experience where you're that is helping you develop, to be more creative, to be more innovative, other than or as you use AI, like or are you like incorporating other technologies with your creations?
Well, I'm always taking classes. I'm really big with learning new things. I'm always taking classes, and I'm on a few Facebook groups where we try to teach each other different things. So, you know, it's not just that, I learned how to do this. I'm going to keep it to myself because I don't want other people to steal it. No, we share everything because there is enough business to go around. So every time, if I learn something new, I do share it. Someone learns something new, they share it. And so I'm always trying to learn, new things like that. I not only do I use the resin and the fluid art acrylic, but I do a lot of things with Cricut that I incorporate because, for example, the wording on here, these are all made on my Cricut machine, and
Okay.
so I'm always learning new things and always trying to teach, um, you know, things that I know because you know there is enough business that I will never say I'm not going to show you how to do this because I don't want you to copy what I do. No, I want to learn. I want everybody to be able to get the opportunity to learn as much as they can and to do what they love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's an honest thing to put out there about having, because in the community, some people are really jealous about having someone else, and they put them down or they try to not buy their product. And then some people in the community that have a business hold all their secrets in and don't want anyone to know about it so that they don't feel like somebody's copying them. What you're doing is saying you're open. You're open to watching the next person succeed because you may learn something from that person, or you may
Yes.
be able to collaborate together and building something together. So I think that's something that I like to hear you talk about how you've came to that mindset.
Well, the thing, it's because there were so many people who helped me. Um, I I saw that artwork and I was like, I really like that. How do I do this? And there was so many people who were willing to tell me where to start, how to do things. And I'm like, if there's so many people who are willing to help me, why should I not help other people? You know, you have to pass on experience that you've learned. Someone teach you something, you teach someone else something. No, I don't understand how people can try to hide what they do, how they do it, so somebody else don't learn how to do it. The thing is, everybody put their spin on everything. So yes, I do my resin this way. Somebody else might say, "Oh, this is how you do resin. Oh, I can do this instead, or I can do this on top of it." No, I was so many people help me. I mean, I'm always saying this, it takes a village. And it does. And because so many people help me, yes, I will be helping anybody that I can.
Through this conversation, what are some of the takeaways that you've had from our conversation here today? And I know you've talked about the word of advice, but what are some of the words of wisdom you will give to some of the other people that are out there?
Word of wisdom. Um, I'm not quite sure. Um, what I would say is just life is too short. Do what you want to do, not what you feel that you have to do. I've been doing things that I feel that I have to do for so long. And if it wasn't for the help of my husband, I probably would be doing what I think I have to do. And so my word of wisdom is just to do what you want to do, what makes you happy. I know that we all have bills to pay, and what will make us happy might not pay the bills, but you know, you got to try. You got to try. I mean, we all have a dream, and we got to work on that dream to make us happy, because life is too short.
Wow, I just take that as just powerful. One thing I want to do is express our gratitude for you being on the show today. You taking the time out of your busy day to come on and enlighten us about a whole bunch of things in so many different areas. And I'm just so proud of you. I'm proud that to have met you. I'm proud that you're out there giving your heart to your craft, and that you're being a part of the community that people can see, and see the blessing that you've been able to share with them through your art. So I am just thankful that you were able to come on the podcast. So KF&JF podcast is better, and because of you, because of what you're telling our viewers. So that part of it just makes it heartwarming, and I just love you for it and appreciate everything that you've done. And I'm gonna let Razak has the last words here. He'll be able to close us out on that.
Well, reach you at.
Well, my I know that on your on the podcast here, you have my email address, my website address. I'm also on Instagram, Vivia's Creations. I'm also on Facebook, Vivia's Creations, and my my phone number is listed on there. Please feel free to give me a call if you do want to talk, or if you do have any questions. And or you can reach me also at my email, viviuscreation@gmail.com. So there's lots of way to reach me, and I do check all of them. So I would love to hear from you.
All right, thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
I just like to
Thank you, and we
say again,
appreciate you so much. Really.
yeah, it has been a pleasure to see the things that you're doing and hear your life story, how you started and where you're at right now. And me myself, I have some ideas, just from watching you right now. I had some ideas before, but now, as we network, with the podcast, I
Yeah.
see that you can bring my ideas to life. You can the
Okay.
creations I have, the things that I mean, are more geared towards um black businesses. This is when I got into this, I was automatically saying, me, I want to work with other black businesses. I mean, of course there might be somebody who does this already. There might be somebody right around the corner that does this or something, but
Mhm.
I'd rather go through you. Not only because that you're a woman of color, you got a black business, but because now I have met you. Now I know what goes into your creations. I know the person behind it. This person down here or over here at the mall is just somebody just walking to them like, oh, whatever looks good. I don't dig into why they created, how they came about here, but we've done that for you, so that makes me more in tune to want to bring my business towards you. And that's the idea of the podcast and presenting, your story right now. And probably in the next couple, couple of minutes, I'll send you my email if you don't have it or whatnot.
Yeah.
What I mean, and I'm gonna send you some designs, in the next couple of days, and we'll see
Okay.
what we can create, and maybe on a chance that we have a week or two, what I mean, we'll have an update where I can say like, hey, this is what I got from Vivian's Creations, what I mean. So I just like to say I also
Definitely.
appreciate you and thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you both so much. As you know, I don't like to do public speaking, although I guess I kind of talk too much sometimes. But I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to be on the podcast. It was amazing talking to both of you. I really enjoyed, and um, yeah, I can't wait to see what you're doing in the future. I will continue to watch all your podcasts and share them with my friends and family, and you know, I know that you guys are going to do wonderful things. And I thank you for making me part of this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. This is such a blessing. So